The book that I have chosen today is The Just So Stories by Rudyard Kipling, the author of The Jungle Book. The Just So stories were originally published in 1902 and are still in print today. I would classify these stories as traditional children's literature, and more precisely modern-day versions of folk tales. Each of these stories are known as origin stories, telling how something came to be as we know it today. Most of Kipling's stories revolve around animals. Some of them include how the leopard got its spots, how the camel got its hump, how the alphabet was made, and the elephant's child. The one I'm going to focus on is the elephant's child, or how the elephant got its trunk. It was my favorite of all the Just So stories growing up. When they were first published, Kipling stated, "In the evenings there were stories meant to put Effie, Josephine, his eldest child, to sleep, and you were not allowed to alter those stories by one single little word. They had to be told just so, or Effie would wake up and put back the missing sentence." In the original publications, there were 1 or 2 illustrations per story that had been done by Kipling himself. With the various new publications of the story, other people have illustrated them, and today they have become more like picture books. They have also, over time, separated each of the original 12 stories and published them as individual books like this one. These stories would be great read-alouds to children from about the age of 4 on up, and the children would be able to read them themselves after the age of 7 or 8. The stories contain some big words that young children may need help understanding, such as satiable. In The Elephant's Child, the elephant has a satiable curiosity. This makes these stories great for building the children's vocabulary. One thing I liked about the publications with the original illustrations is that Kipling added a commentary of sorts under the illustrations that gave you a little more about the story and a peek into Kipling's personality. In The Elephant's Child, he makes it very clear that he wishes the pictures could be printed in color. He says, "Underneath the truly picture are shadows of African animals walking in to an African ark. There are pictures of 2 lions, 2 ostriches, 2 oxen, 2 camels, 2 sheep, and 2 other things that look like rats, but I think they are rock rabbits. They don't mean anything, but I put them in because I thought they looked pretty. They would also look very fine if I were allowed to paint them." Then he says, "I think it would look better if you painted the banana tree green and the elephant child red." The summary inside of this publication of The Elephant's Child says, "Because of his satiable curiosity about what the crocodile has for dinner, the elephant's child and all the elephants thereafter have long trunks. And if you want to know exactly how and why, you'll have to read it for yourself." The Just So stories have been continuously published and read and enjoyed since 1902, and have definitely withstood the test of time. They are stories that my mom read to me, and I plan to read to my kids one day.